Philadelphia's Concert Authority, and the lights have just gone down here at the Spectrum. Bubba John along with you. Of course, we had a little visit there with Bryan Adams backstage at this moment doing a couple more interviews. And here comes Pierre out onto the stage.
Good evening and welcome to the Spectrum. I'm Pierre Robert from 93.3 WMMR. And now it's time for the band that we're going to bring you. We'll be carrying us down to the Rumble all the way across the United States of America. But tonight they're here at the Spectrum. Soon to be Columbia recording artist Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumble.
WMMR Phillies Concert Authority, and that was from the first time Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers played here at the Spectrum. That was after a 76ers game, and friends, there might have been about, a tenth of the amount of people there are here right now to see Tommy and the boys on stage. And I got to tell you, friends, all of us at WMMR really love this band. We've all gone to see them over the years, as you have, and supported them throughout the years. And after they finished Here I Come, their first song, I started to get a little misty, because if there was any question about how this crowd was going to react to the local boys on stage opening up for Bryan Adams, they gave them an unbelievable ovation. Everybody's on their feet, and this Spectrum is just about filled to capacity for the opening band. They're in their second song now, and they sound absolutely excellent. As Pierre mentioned on stage, here comes the next big rock and roll act out of Philadelphia that everybody else across the country is going to get a taste of soon, as they've recently signed with Columbia Records. There soon will be an article on Tommy and the Rumblers in Rolling Stone magazine. And these guys, man, they just look like the cat that stole the bird up on stage right now, with big grins on stage, and everybody is up in the front of the stage dancing. A real great moment for Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers. Bubba here, very happy to be a part of it with you on WMMR. So happy that Bubba back live at the Spectrum on 93.3 WMMR, Philadelphia's Concert Authority. Spectrum's rocking. Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers. Everybody is up on their feet, shaking their butts here at the Spectrum. And of course, Bryan Adams will be along about 1 hour from now. We had the chance to speak with Bryan just before Tommy and the boys hit the stage. And if you were listening, you heard him say how much he likes Philadelphia and likes playing here. So, and I tell you, he's got that look in his eye that you can kind of tell. But he's just ready to go out there and kick some butt tonight. 93.3 WMMR, Phillies home of rock and roll with Little Feat. Time Was a Hero. Also a live version of Fat Man in the Bathtub. Let's sneak a little listen here to Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers live on stage at the Spectrum. Bubba live at the Spectrum on WMMR. I tell you, these guys have just come absolute light years in the number of years that they've been together, from playing the small clubs throughout the Delaware Valley. There's no doubt about it. They've got this audience here at the Spectrum captivated. Everybody's been on their feet dancing. You can see people singing along with Tommy and the Rumblers. Really good feeling. I tell you, this crowd will be absolutely pumped to the top for Bryan Adams. They're doing just a great job here. And we're going to come back with the Music Marathon next on WMMR. 93.3 WMMR, the home of rock and roll. Bubba here, and Pierre is with me. Now, would I be far off the mark by saying that Tommy and the Rumblers have got this crowd eating out of their hand?
You know, they really do, Bubba. The crowd is going crazy. We're really thankful to everybody for getting here nice and early because the place is full.
It's jammed.
People are you know, they're up on their feet and they're psyched because the hometown boy opening in the big town show. You know, it's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it is very exciting. I know a lot of people were really kind of hoping that the Hooters would be on this show. And I've heard some people go, well, you know, the Rumblers, they play in little clubs. Can they pull it off at the Spectrum? That question's been answered.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely being answered here tonight. In fact, several of the Hooters are here this evening to check out the vibes of everything. They're off the road for a couple of days, and they're all here to, you know, root on Tommy. And he's filling up this Spectrum like nobody can. These people know the songs. They're ready to rock. When I introduced them, man, they were ready from the first note, you know?
Really? And look at everybody up the front of the stage. That's what you would imagine it would be like when Bryan Adams is on stage.
Yeah, you know, when most opening bands come on, you really know that it's an opening band, and it's kind of sad because that band doesn't get a lot of reaction. It's really, all that's not happening here tonight.
It's really a great moment for Philadelphia music, and I know those guys up there are just so pumped about this. Tommy said before the show, golly, I hope some people come out to see us.
I don't think he has to worry about that either, Bubba.
No, not at all. Pierre and Bubba here, 93.3 WMMR, the home of rock and roll. Of course, we'll get to see that guy next month for 2 shows, David Bowie with Modern Love and also Bang Bang for the new album. Bubba with you live at the Spectrum for a rip-roaring concert tonight. We all had an idea that this was going to be a red-hot show, and I'll tell you what, Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers just tearing it up here as they open up for Bryan Adams, who'll probably be on stage at about 9:15 tonight. Expecting a long set from Bryan, too, probably somewhere in the 2-hour vicinity. It's a rip-roaring night of music, and of course, your concert authority is here. Here's the Cars on 93.3 WMMR. 93.3 WMMR, Philadelphia's home of rock and roll on Double Shot Tuesday with the Beatles. And Bubba here at WMMR. As we mentioned during the Rumblers part of this show, just about all the guys from the Hooters were here, and with me right now, John Lilley. Now, I noticed you were up in the press box here while Tommy and the Rumblers were playing, and a big smile and dancing. You guys are like big brothers to the Rumblers.
Oh, yeah.
Real proud.
Well, I said to Tommy in the dressing room before he went on, Tommy, I want to wish you luck, but actually you really don't need any luck. You're going to kill him, and he did great.
How's things been going with you and the band on the tour?
The tour's been going fantastic, actually. Every city they've been in so far has been really well received, and the reviews have been good. Brian's been great, and it's kind of like being back home with we know a lot of people on the crew, so it's old home week, and it's been good.
Yeah, I mentioned Bryan Adams stopped up a little while ago, and I had mentioned how nice it was that he kept these Philadelphia boys working with you guys, with Tommy, and with John Eddie, who helped him out.
That's right. It's a great double bill, and he's a great guy to work with.
I want to ask you a little question. What must have been going through the minds of the Rumblers just before this show? Now, you guys made this transition from playing the nightclubs. That first big show, what goes through your mind just before you go on stage?
Terror. It's different with every person. You know, when we played live, I was out of my mind. I was terrified. But, you know, it goes to the territory sometimes. That was a big show. For these guys, you know, Tommy's built up to where he can be able to play something like this or play the tower. And it's hard work that goes into doing what he's done. And it's like a progression. So he's ready to play here. He did great, you know?
They really had the crowd going. Let me scoot over here and talk to Robbie. It's John Lilley from the Hooters at WMMR. Good show tonight. I asked John here a question. I'll ask you the flip side. I asked John what it must have been like for the Rumblers just before they took to the stage tonight, their first show like this. What's going through their minds now that it's over?
I bet they're real happy. It's funny, you approach these shows, and we feel the same way when we go on. These big rooms are just a lot different than a club, and nothing can really prepare you for playing to 10 or 15,000 people. So you got the jitters, but when you're done and when everything went smooth, and it seems like they had a perfect set, they sounded good. That's the greatest feeling in the world because you're finished and you did it.
And know what I noticed up here? Everybody is really happy for this band, because we all love Tommy and the Rumblers so much.
They're a great band. It's great for Philly. It's just continuing a buzz that I think in the last few years has really started happening, and finally the city is taking off again as a music scene.
How about the album? When's the album out?
The album is out July 13th, and we're done. We've been touring with Bryan ourselves. We started the tour a couple weeks ago, and we went right from the record into the tour, so we didn't have a chance to play too many dates in Philly. But we're just going to get our feet wet this summer, but we're coming back in the fall. And after the record's kind of been out and people had a chance to hear it, then we're going to do our own shows here and play all the new stuff probably for the first time. So
I know you just made a whole lot of people real happy with that.
Oh yeah, we're kind of, that was the one drag about going out on the tour, was we didn't have the chance to play Philly. We did a few clubs and we played one high school, in fact with Tommy, it's part of your big show. And it was just a warm-up, and we've been getting all this response from people like, where's the album, where's new stuff, they want to hear it. And it was a little bit of a drag to not be able to do that. So we're coming back for sure.
We'll knock them out on the road with Bryan, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys in the fall.
Thank you.
Congratulations, John and Robbie from the Hooters, and a double shot of the Hooters on 93.3 WMMR. 93.3 WMMR, the home of rock and roll with the Hooters. Fighting on the same side, and also all you zombies, as the house lights is now dimmed here, and the Bryan Adams Band takes to the stage here at the Spectrum. This show is not sold out. Earlier this evening, I have a good feeling that all those tickets that were remaining at the door sold up pretty quick. Bryan Adams, 93.3 WMMR.